I'm surrounded by green. Well, I'm not surrounded by green, but we are sponsored by the good people at Wash and Go today. The lovely people at Wash and Go. What I'm on about, good people. And people often say to me, Mark, is it not hard being a Wash and Go ambassador? And I always have to reply to them like this. Being a rocket engineer is hard. Just ask Elon Musk. Being Manchester United manager is hard. Just ask the 4 managers that have taken over since Sir Alex Ferguson. Being an NHS worker, that's hard. Heroes. That is really hard. But being a shampoo ambassador is as easy as taking a bath. It really is. So next time you're having a really hard day, just run a bath, light some candles, put on some relaxing music and lather up with Wash and Go. Classic Wash and Go. You can pick up your bottle at any good retailer or by hitting the link in the description and getting it delivered straight to your door. Thanks very much to Wash and Go for supporting the United Stand. Now let's move on with the show. And remember, Wash and Go, it's invisible. It's invisible. Welcome to the United Stand. I'm back quicker than I actually thought. Ralf Rangnick has been officially announced as Manchester United coach. We wait for the official. We don't start jumping on early. It's going to happen. It might happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen imminently. We go live when it's official. And it's now official from Manchester United Football Club that Ralf Rangnick, Wreck-It Ralph, as we call him on this channel, because he's going to come in, wreck it all up and build it all up again. That's what he's coming. The Ralph Wrecking Ball has landed at Old Trafford, we hope. The Christmas tree is up. King Cantona's joined us as well. It's a happy moment, and the Christmas decks are up on the United Stand. It's snowing out the window, and we have got Ralf Rangnick, Wreck-It Ralph, as started on the channel. This is what we call him on here. We call him Wreck-It Ralph. Let's say what Manchester United have officially got to say. This is official now from Manchester United. Literally only came out a couple of minutes ago. Manchester United is delighted to announce the appointment of Ralf Rangnick as interim manager until the end of the season, subject to work visa requirements. Now, this is something we'll come back to in a minute. Following this period, Ralph and the club have agreed that he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. John Murtagh, Manchester United football director. Interesting that this is from Murtagh and not Ed Woodward. I like this because this is the guy that's going to learn a lot and work with Ralf Rangnick under the new CEO, Richard Arnold, who won't have as much to do with football or won't stick his nose in football as much as Ed Woodward has. Murtagh says, Ralph is one of the most respected coaches and innovators in European football. He was our #1 candidate for interim manager, reflecting the invaluable leadership and technical skills he will bring from almost 4 decades of experience in management and coaching. Everyone at the club is looking forward to working with him during the season ahead and then for a further 2 years in an advisory role. And these are the quotes from Ralf Rangnick, our first quotes from our new Manchester United coach. Ralf Rangnick said, I'll kind of just say, just before I read Ralf Rangnick's, woo! I just do feel like doing a bit of a Ric Flair. Woo! I do feel a bit excited. I'm very excited about this. I'm not going to say that he's going to win the league. I'm not going to say he's going to win the Champions League. But I just feel that for the first time in a long time, since Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United have made an appointment that actually takes into account the football club on a short and long-term structural vision. I'd never felt that Ollie's journey was real. I didn't. They spoke about 3 years and I was like, but you're all inexperienced. What journey are you taking us on when you've never been on that journey before? And they came across obstacles and they didn't know what to do. Rangnick's been on journeys. He knows how to build a football club. And he's also an architect in relation to how he plays and has influenced major coaches like Tuchel and Klopp and Nagelsmann. So I'm very excited that for the first time in a long time, whether it works or not, there is reason for optimism and there is reason to be excited. And this is a bounce. This is more than a bounce. This is like a bloody rocket on a trampoline bounce. This could go atmospheric. It's really great. Stratospheric. I don't know what the word I meant. Anyway, first words from Ralf Rangnick. Our very first words from Ralf Rangnick. Listen to this. He says, I'm excited to be joining Manchester United and focused on making this a successful season for the club. This squad is full of talent and has great balance of youth and experience. All my efforts for the next 6 months will be on helping these players fulfill their potential, both individually and most importantly as a team. Beyond that, I look forward to supporting the club's longer term goals on a consultancy basis. Carrick will remain in charge of the first team until Ralph's work visa is finalised. The club wishes to place on record its thanks to Lokomotiv Moscow for their cooperation in the process of bringing Ralph to Manchester United. So Manchester United's new coach is, not surprisingly, Ralf Rangnick. We also I just want to talk about the visa very, very quickly here because Fredrik Fieldvet, who is a very good Norwegian journalist, has mentioned this, and a few other people have mentioned it as well. You've got Manchester Evening News saying that he will be on the bench for the game against Arsenal. You've also got Sky saying that it might be Michael Carrick. I suspect that there is a little bit of guesswork going on here, and the reality is, the truth is that there is no clarity on that at the moment. So yeah, and look, a nice tweet from Gary Neville for once. He says, "Welcome to the greatest football club in the world. Ralph Rangnick, a contract for 6 months to coach the team, a contract for 2 years to coach the club." So I think that's very, very, very important that happens as well. Please smash a like on the video. We want 10,000 likes for Ralph Rangnick today. Wreck-It Ralph is in the house. That's what we want to see. Do you ever rest, Mark? Well, I was literally just doing a fantastic show with Paul Ince, which I really enjoyed, but I knew it was going to happen. Hi, Mark. Are you having a great day? I'm glad Wreck-It Ralph has been appointed. A nice extra birthday present for me. Let's get to work, says Jamie Johnson. Well, happy birthday, and happy birthday to everybody, really. I do think this is a really big appointment. I feel a sense of relief. I've mentioned this before personally. I'll just give you how I feel. I want to take some of your chats as well, and we'll talk about what's going to happen. But I feel a sense of relief. I pretty much since the Liverpool game, I've had this feeling of sickness in my chest about Manchester United and where we're going. It's not a nice feeling when your football club is rudderless and seems to be drifting and things are getting worse. And look, that was a good point yesterday against Chelsea. But imagine if we had Carrick and McKenna for the rest of the season as interim. I'm not blind. It was a lucky point. It was a lucky point on reflection when you look at the stats and everything. But it becomes a really positive point because what's happened today was always going to happen. We've got a new manager who's not been here. He's never been here before. He's never been a player. He's never been a coach, and he's not touched this team at all yet. When he comes in today and gets involved in the coaching tomorrow, this is a new thing. All these players get a clean slate. Now, I said this on Twitter this morning. Some of you don't like Bruno. Some of you don't like Ronaldo. Some of you don't like Martial. Some of you don't like Maguire. I don't rate McTominay. I've said that before. I'm not convinced that Maguire should be starting at the moment. Some people don't like Wan-Bissaka. Some people on this. Scott McTominay could start every game for Ralph Rangnick between now and the end of the season and become a really good player. Fred could become a player that is way better than what we've seen under Ollie, and that could be the same for Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. Even extreme as Donny van der Beek, Amad Diallo. It's a clean slate for all of these players, and I think as fans, it's really important. It's really important in the grand, in the theme of being positive, that we don't take any negatives into the new world, because it's not fair. It's not fair on Rangnick to take anything negative because he's brand new, and it's not really fair on the players to take anything negative. I think you can remember. But I'm choosing to go into this with a clean slate for all players. Now, if I see certain players doing the same things that they were doing under Ollie, and that will happen with some of them, I'll be vocal about it and go, look, they're just not good enough. But there might well be players that have not performed under Ollie because they've not been developed or coached properly. And I think that's what I'm saying. They're not all going to become brilliant players. Those players that you don't think are good enough, some of them won't be good enough. But some of them will actually become better. And I think that's really, really interesting to see. Next month, Mabry and Elanga bought in to play in the Bruno and Rashi position to get them involved, possibly on Ghana back in the winter, says Just Football. Look, those sort of things are speculative and they're exciting. Let's wait and see. But I think ultimately, Ralph Rangnick is Manchester United manager. Now, let's just talk about this for the moment, because while we're live, there's going to be things coming in. So settle in. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Clear out the coaches, says Malps. Well, look, I don't know what to say about that in relation to what's going to happen with the coaches. I don't know whether he's going to bring in an assistant coach with him. But Wreck-It Ralph is starting to hit social media. I'm proud to say that started on this channel, but, by all means, everybody use it. That's what it's all about. But no, what I want to say is that this work permit thing is something that seems to be causing a few people a few problems. Ralph Rangnick will meet the squad this morning and will hook a few players, says a couple of players. Samuel Luckhurst. I don't know how he's going to meet the squad today, because I'm pretty sure that the players are off today. But that's I don't know whether that's a true. No, that's not going to be true. No, that's a fake account. Scrub that. That's not been said at all. He won't meet the players because they're not going to be in until tomorrow. But no, on the visa thing, what we need to know is, where is Rangnick? Is he in Germany? Is he in England? There is he will have to do a negative PCR test because of COVID. The work permit thing, I'm sure United can grease a few palms in relation to that and get that done fast. I expect him to be taking training tomorrow. Whether he's officially on the bench on Thursday is another matter. But to be honest with you, there's 3 scenarios. 1, he trains the team tomorrow, he's on the bench on Thursday and coaching the team, and that's Old Trafford's rocking, everybody watching is rocking, it's an amazing game. The second is that he doesn't train the team at all because of the work permit, and he's not there until Saturday, which is we've only got a little training session on Saturday as well, because we'll play Thursday night, Friday off, Saturday morning training and Sunday afternoon playing. We've got a really quick turnaround between us and Palace. I don't know when Palace are playing. And then the third option, which I won't mind, I want option 1. I want him training the team and I want him as the coach on the touchline on Thursday. But if the work permits prevents him being on the touchline, as long as